Welcome back to Fire Emblem Echoes. So last time I said I would be continuing on with Celica's route. I lied. So time to get back attacked by a witch, everybody's favorite activity. So I'm mostly going to skip this, but Shade and Yuzu did get a conversation.
Shade, pray, did you relish the super ration ball I gave you?
Relish? No. No, I wouldn't say that at all. It was bad, Yuzu. Super bad.
It didn't have soul, but it was super bad.
Good or bad as in bad?
As I mean, it went a level beyond bad.
In its terribleness.
You should call it Super Ration Ball 2 for how terrible it was.
It's like you took a regular ration ball and drenched it in some caustic brine. Dare I ask about the secret sauce?
I used the oranges that grow around here. Lots and lots of oranges.
Okay, so you did do exactly what I said you did then.
For some reason, Alm kept twitching whenever he looked at it.
It's not a terrible idea, at least not on its face.
Hey, Yuzu, can I have some of those ration balls? Please?
And then Lucas just tackled him out of nowhere. I don't understand what's going on.
They've had to tie him to a
I
horse.
suppose the original recipe was well thought out in that regard.
I give up.
Oh, stop. Oranges have other benefits, you know. They're good for the skin.
What if we just ate the oranges instead? What? No, Clive is giving me the stop signal. I don't know why he's doing that.
You mean it?
I'm just picturing the enemies taunting Alm by giving him lemons instead of oranges.
Like, instead of eating them,
Just throw a grapefruit out, like, oh wow, this is a big No!
You can't fool me with this. This is too ugly to be an orange.
in a country I once visited.
Grapefruits are just ugly oranges.
And put them on
This is a tangerine, you fuck.
clear up blemishes on the skin and make it more supple.
Fie, it sounds like witchcraft. Does it work?
It works very well, thank you. If you've never tried it, I could make you one.
Nay, I've no need for vanity so long as I have my sword.
My sword also does my hair and makeup.
Stubbornness that keeps you from making a good recipe.
It is not.
We are going to make face packs together. End of story. Got it?
Oh, very well.
I feel like we're just doing those jokes of like, oh, you can't say a fictional character likes a food because the fandom will take it too far. Except nothing in the game really indicates that Alm likes oranges. We've just decided that.
Yeah, one person on Twitter made a joke, and that's just ruined our entire perception of Alm as a character.
Completely arbitrary.
Oh, and we got the Vendetta combat art. So, Vendetta converts half of HP lost into attack power. Now, Matilda doesn't actually have the most HP, but it's still helpful. If you get damaged, which sometimes Matilda does get damaged, you can just do more damage.
I dedicate this victory to you.
Of course, that being an attack skill, you do have to be careful, because then you'll just lose more HP, which will make the next Vendetta more powerful, but also puts you at risk for death.
It's stronger the more you use it.
Yeah, so it makes itself stronger. There are similar abilities, in the other 3DS games, which don't put you as at risk for death because they don't actively kill you for using them, but they don't get stronger on their own. Anyway, time for Big Nuibaba's Hell.
Fucking red Nuibaba as Nobunaga. Been playing Samurai Warriors again.
An unsettling face peered down at them through the pitch-black darkness.
Okay, so I remember people talking about this cutscene. This is the only cutscene with a narrator like this, right?
Other than, like, the intro of the game, I think so.
It's kind of just like, okay, now it doesn't make sense for a character to say any of this, so, she's gonna get a narrator to do it. Why did Alm go to this place? Somebody told him there's an orange inside.
It is very JoJo-like in that, for the most part, like, most of the game you have Alm or Celica introducing a dungeon. Here, not so much. But yeah, the narrator did exist for, like, the opening, big, hey, here's Valentia, here's what's going on cutscene.
Nuibaba? Where's Celica? You poor fool. There's no one here by that name.
I told you. You're dumb enough fucker to fall for the fake Celica trick.
was a trap.
You're a big enough schmuck to come down to Big Nuibaba's house.
If you can piss 10 feet in the air and not get wet, you get 6 oranges.
Oh shit, guys, I gotta try this.
Up. It's a trap.
Don't fall for her lies. I don't even think she has any oranges.
When I dine upon your souls.
Get ready, everyone!
Okay, so Nuibaba's abode. This is one hell of a map. Including, but not limited to, Nuibaba herself. So got all these guys, but then we have a Nuibaba, who has the spell Medusa. That's a new one. So, of course, she's got the Mage Ring, which makes her a bastard. Medusa, it reduces you to 1 HP, and if you're at 1 HP, you just die. And Sophisticate, which increases black magic range by 2, including the Mage Ring. So, yeah, her range is stupid. Her range is just ridiculous.
She combined the Chrono Trigger skills. You can't do that.
Honor the pact you've sworn to me.
Alright. I've got a better spell. Shove it up your ugly ass.
Stand aside!
Alright, here's these two talking.
Really, Forsyth? Reading in the heat of battle again? One day this will get you killed.
It's a challenge run.
Lucas, what a surprise! You look well.
What are you reading today?
Oh, this old tome? Merely a chronicle of Zophian history.
It's about the Battle of Updog.
I don't believe I'm familiar with that location.
Which location? Can you say the name of it?
The one you referred to earlier. Updog, I believe it was?
Not much, dog. What is up with you?
Forsyth, your improvisation bills need severe work. Maybe you should study with Commander Ligma.
Oh, the great Commander Ligma.
Ligma balls! And then the conversation ends.
I have just as many regrets.
Hey, how dare you disrespect Commander Ligma like that?
That would be a better joke.
He lost 10 legs in the battle.
At least time is on
In the Battle of Updog, you know.
Too late to learn after all.
You're right. A warrior can be a scholar as well. You know what, Lucas? I'm going to keep reading this book. And if the enemy comes at me, I'll be ready to stab them with knowledge.
If they don't knight you for that, then something is clearly wrong.
Alright, so first things first, the reason I went with this map instead of Celica. So, alright. I counted out, and actually, I think I do need to do a few more Ulm maps before I do Celica again, because there's a thing that happens on this route that's more effective, as long as you haven't made too much progress in Celica, and Celica, I think, has fewer battles, so I don't want to do that too quickly. Second off, I also got that Gossamer hair last time, and I kind of just want to be done with Celica's side quests, so I'm gonna give that to the fisherman once I actually find a trader to bring it over to her. We don't have one of those, so, you know, let's just hope there's some in Nuibaba's abode. So with that done, this chapter's a bastard, though, when I first played it, did not have a good first run of it, you know, back in the day on my own personal file, because for some reason I did not notice the path around the side of the mansion. There is a front entrance, however, it's a hill, a very, very big hill. Only your flyers can get through that hill at any good pace. And remember, Nuibaba has stupid range. Just absolutely ridiculous range. You need to be very close. And you cannot get in close quickly by going through the front way. Now, of course, the problem here is there's a guy in there, and he's summoning gargoyles, which isn't great because that makes this whole thing go a lot slower. We can kill gargoyles okay, but it certainly slows the pace of this map down. Because, yeah, he's already got more. And we can't go in close, because if we do, there's Nuibaba, and she kills you. Medusa, of course, is a very weak spell in a vacuum, cause all it does is reduce you to 1 HP. It can't kill you unless you're already almost dead, but like, any spell can kill you at 1 HP. Especially in Echoes. Like, you can't even take 0 damage, so the weakest mage in the game could kill you if you're at 1 HP. So, you know, that's not a huge deal. The problem, of course, is all of the other enemies around here. We don't really have anything useful for surviving this. We don't have a rescue spell, and we don't have Fortify, so if there are too many enemies around you, and you challenge Nuibaba with too many characters, chances are you're going to die. Like, I don't have a lot of characters who can heal in general. Thankfully, Shade is here, and she can heal from a distance, and also she is another warm body with a heal spell. Otherwise, I would have Silk, and I would have Cliff, and I think I promoted Luthier so he can also heal, but that's it. So yeah, we need to get in close and kill Nuibaba in as few characters as possible, but also we need to make sure we can survive everything that comes after that. So, yeah, this is a difficult chapter, all things considered. Map. I keep doing that.
It is nice that the Medusa spell just says what it does. In Xenogears, a lot of the early bosses, their attacks reduce your HP by half, but it's always your current HP, not your maximum. So they eventually get you down to 1 HP, and then they have an attack that does 1 HP. However, there's nothing telling you that that's what's happening. It looks like they're just doing half your HP bar in a single attack. So you panic, heal, and then they do half your HP again.
Yep. The only HP that matters there is the last one.
Yeah, like, it's a fun idea, but there's no way to find out that that's what's happening unless you're bad at the game and aren't paying attention.
Yeah, like, a better rendition of that is like the start of Final Fantasy X. Basically everything uses Demi, but like, even if you don't know Final Fantasy super well, you can see that it is a distinct spell happening, so you just kind of get it.
It also helps that, if I remember correctly, you almost always have, like, a party, so you can see it's doing different damage to different characters, so you might think, like, oh wait, it's always doing half.
Mm-hmm.
In Xenogears, all these boss fights, at least a lot of the early ones, are one-on-ones.
Yeah. Like you say that, I don't even remember that being a thing, so it's been so long since I've played Xenogears, so I don't know if I realized that ever. I might not have.
The only reason I've remembered it is that in the Dark Ids LP, he gets this wrong, and nothing will make me memorize something more than somebody else getting it wrong on the internet. Love the LP, by the way, Dark Id, in case you're watching.
He probably isn't, but, you know.
Yeah.
You can put those vibes out there.
I would hate for him to think that I'm just, like, roasting him. I'm not. I'm just explaining how my brain works. Anyways, we're taking the long way around.
Yep. And more gargoyles.
God, does it have to be 8 every time, dude?
Yeah, like, I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be a roll. Like, I've gotten fewer summons from different enemies, but this guy, no, he just likes summoning 8 gargoyles. And now, I don't have to split the party, but, like, if you give me 2 paths, I will split the party. I guess I'm a sucker like that.
So the comedic timing on that battle was so funny. You just hit the guy with the arrow, he bursts into flames, and immediately cuts away. I'm sure he's fine. the eternal Fire Emblem problem of like, well, the horses are way too fast, so they just get...
Yeah, now they're over there, and like, they are my best shot at getting to Nuibaba. Like, I need her dead. I need her dead as soon as possible, because there's a very large group. And it just keeps getting larger because this man just keeps summoning, and I hate him. I could send a Pegasus Knight in, but again, Nuibaba's there, and if I had a rescue staff, this would all be fine. I would have killed him turn 1. Well, not turn 1, you get it, as soon as possible. I'm pretty sure this map is specifically why you don't get rescue for this route by normal means. I think they didn't want you to trick out this specific one, it feels like. You can warp someone, and that does have its uses too, but the safer strat here would be to just get somebody out of dodge after assassinating the guy who just makes your life harder by summoning all day every day.
Oh my god, Tobin.
Not a great time to be missing. See, Lucas has it. Punch that in with magic.
It wouldn't be the most useful, but this does remind me, on my first playthrough of this, I made Faye a cleric, and she gets basically the dancer spell.
Oh yeah. She's one of the only characters that gets that too. That's a rare one.
Yeah, it's like... Faye, if I remember correctly, Faye has a pretty good strength growth, so she is good as a Pegasus Knight, but like... Do you want a dancer? Then you better make Faye a cleric, even though you already have a cleric on this route.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think overall, for this particular game, I mean, having an extra turn is always going to be useful, but, geez, there's Fortify. Having an extra cleric is also useful, like, it really just comes down to your playstyle. I like flying over things and then stabbing the things behind the walls, so that's what I like to do. Anyway, it would have been perfect if a second character hadn't had Fortify to heal Nuibaba after that.
Obviously, the strat here is to get Nuibaba to hit you with Medusa and then charge.
Come close. Let me share with you death's embrace.
No, that's like a Fire Emblem Awakening chapter. You are in the completely wrong game. And you've frozen time. Alright, so I had to show Nuibaba's, opening line, but overall this turn isn't going to be a thing, so we're just going to skip to the part where I return to the start of this turn, because I was able to kill her, but it was not an efficient run. No matter what, if I charge in now, it's going to be dicey, but you know what? Alm's the main character. He can hit hard. Matilda's turn could be used for someone else, especially since she didn't actually kill Nuibaba on her turn, so you know what? Double fucking lion. And then Alm says, double lion.
I don't know what the question is, but the answer is double lion.
The answer is critical double lion.
Man, it takes one of the double lions and triples them. It's like quadruple lions.
I'm seeing double. 4 lions.
I can tell I'm getting stronger.
Alright, so that's Nuibaba taken care of. We get her mage ring, very nice. Definitely want that on this route. Now the rest is still going to be difficult. Like I said, there's no way this isn't dicey. Like, the other thing you can do is, basically, when people come out to meet you, kill them, risk a Nuibaba shot, and basically just, kill everything around it. Just use your archers and your mages, and kill everything at a distance the best you can. And Matilda gets gold. That's the other advantage to this particular route. That guy's dead, so I no longer have to worry about his summons. So, yeah, this is where it gets difficult. Oh, and by the way, I should mention, if you do have to rewind time, If you've already gotten a boss's quote from the beginning of a fight, it won't replay, which is, you know, nice for playing, but for LPs it's a little bit annoying. I would have preferred to just kind of cut that out completely. It's a little sloppy, but whatever.
Would have preferred not to draw attention to my bad decision making.
You should also notice that, like, yeah, this turn was a struggle. I realized all too late that warp was a thing I could do, and realized, like, actually, yeah, no, it's way better for my turn economy if I just charge in with Alm instead.
It is always the problem with those utility spells. You don't use them super often, so when it's time to use them, you forget you have them.
Mm-hmm. Usually the problem is, like, this is a staff and it only has a limited number of uses, but here, yeah, no, it's just, I forget. I don't usually use warp because typically my strategy is to keep to either one or two groups on a map, and I don't want anybody moving out and, you know, potentially dying alone on the battlefield.
You don't do the wacky builds where you get, like, all the skills that proc when you're less than half HP and just warp somebody into the middle of the battlefield.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like all those recommended videos I get to, yeah. Anyway, this is also very dicey because you might have also noticed, Clive almost fucking died there. Would have died if he had not dodged that first spell. Sometimes I feel like the game just, like, chooses its actions at the start of a round, and it's like, okay, these two characters go in and they do enough damage to kill this character, so if you dodge, you're in the clear. I know that's not true, because that's not always what happens, but sometimes it just feels like that's the case, because nobody went in after Clive after that happened. So, thankfully I survived that round. As noted, Clive is not great at resisting magic. His resistance is terrible, and boy does that show, and boy does anybody want to hit this mage. He can't do anything this round.
Fucking Ultra Instinct ass mage.
Oh no, he's got all the skills that proc when he's at 1 HP. I'm doing a Danger Mage run!
That would be funny as hell if they just had, like, a map with an enemy character on, like, the other side of the map. You don't even have to go anywhere near them. But they have all of those skills. So if you don't kill them in one shot, they will obliterate you.
Now I just want to edit in the Paper Mario lucky dodge sound to that guy dodging.
Anyways, I also don't use those skills because,
you're too good at the game.
My brain just says, like, I have to heal characters if they're at low HP. That's good tactical sense. What the fuck do you mean keeping them at low HP is a valid strategy? That's stupid. I really struggle with the battalion versions of those skills in Three Houses, because I always just refill battalions. But I shouldn't do that. I should let some of them get low, so that way some characters just have massive skills.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, well, he was dodging before, and now he's on the dodge tiles, so...
Yep, so good job, everyone. Now you're just letting him heal. Except Gray. Gray came in and said no.
This changes nothing, Gray. We will not start treating you with respect now.
You make it look easy, Alm.
You killed so many people, Faye. I guess Alm did get the clutch on Nuibaba. He did get the double lion, but still. By kill counts. Alright, so we're done with that battle, so let's just go into this now ownerless house.
Oh my god, she actually does have an orange, I think.
So now we're at war with Rigel. I meant to see the world, and now it seems I'm really seeing it. I make it sound so grand, but honestly, I've just been running. I hated it in the village. My mother never thought of anyone but herself. I couldn't spend my life there. So now I found all the excitement I longed for, plus a fair lot I didn't.
And to say didn't kill me, so I'm doing well.
Ooh, you've met Lord Berkut?
Unfortunately so.
Lucky. He's amazing.
You haven't met him, have you?
Oh god, you're a Tumblr user, aren't you?
God, do any women in Rigel have taste?
Dream, now that he's to wed Renea.
Nuibaba gathered young and comely girls from all across Rigel.
I will never remember that comely means good looking.
To monsters to preserve her own youth.
Oh my god,
Oh,
it was a
nether
nether
granite.
granite.
You were trying to marry me to Hades!
Well, I thought that syrup was a big strawberry, so I'm just bad at identifying fruit today.
That one's not even a fruit!
Tomes related to magic. Do they have any tomes on fruit identification? I think I need one.
Alright, trap chandelier. It falls on top of you. Got it. Thanks, Alm. I love the flavor text in this game so much.
So is this all in his head, or is Alm just saying this out loud to no one in particular?
I hope he's saying it out loud.
We just walk into a new room and everyone's like, alright, Alm's gotta get this out of his system.
Anyway, here's the one woman in Rigel with taste, I guess.
Are you alright?
I forgot you got this character at this point.
In case you're wondering.
She's gone? You mean it? Oh, thank you. I've been searching for my Zeke, but coming here was clearly a mistake.
She's been looking for comely women to sacrifice.
Who are you exactly?
We're the Deliverance.
Then it's true.
Oh shit, Deliverance, that's bad.
Stay back!
Never mind, I'm getting out of here.
We just got finished saving you. You realize that, right? And we sure didn't come all this way just to start harming innocent Regalians.
No, we were only war criminals that one time, but they were very desperate when that happens.
Oh, sorry. My heart was racing.
We have no intention of harming innocent Regalians, and Lucas just starts coughing and leaves.
Please forgive me.
Excuse me, Alm, I'll just be waiting outside.
Technically, we did invade.
What the fuck do you mean, technically?
Well, you still seem more
Technically
honorable than the
speaking,
troops lording over the
we never
village.
harmed them, only threatened them. We were just able to get away because of the implication.
Deliverance?
Going through law school has cast a curse on the word technically for me.
In that case,
Every time I see it, I just fly into a blind rage and just want to tell them, shut the fuck up, stop saying technically.
Here you stand corrected. I am not the leader of the Deliverance.
but you're so tall and dashing. I thought for sure. It's you, isn't it?
You're not the leader? Okay.
Witness
It's
the
gotta be you
fear
then.
about you.
You, who's also on the top
Wrong
screen.
again, I fear.
No,
Alm here
it's on the bottom
commands us.
screen.
What?
Hey there.
I wish she went through a bunch of other characters first before somebody just said, no, it's Alm.
Young?
She goes to Silk before she goes to Alm. Ah, woman of the cloth leading the Deliverance.
Yes.
Unusual, but you know what? Good for you.
You're
Walks up to the
really
DLC characters, you put a foreigner in charge, very bold decision.
planes along the way. When that happens, don't
She doesn't even go here!
His superior officer Jerome is a no good rotten lout. He and Nuibaba have brought immense suffering upon the locals.
I'm glad you killed Nuibaba. Please kill Jerome too.
Ways. But once I was taken captive, my love had no choice but to obey. If you tell Zeke I'm free, however, I know he'll fight for what's right.
Man, we're hearing a lot about this Zeke character, hope we get to meet them soon.
Ezekiel.
Probably just a background character.
If he
Yeah,
attacks, we'll have no choice but to answer
Regalian soldier. He sounds like that archetype in these games that is a villain and seems like he's going to join you but never does. What was that archetype called again?
Bad news. Bad news to Tanya. He... All right, we're gonna put you front and center in front of the army so that he sees you, cause
Of course you do.
I'm having bad vibes about that guy's survivability otherwise.
She just has one of those signs that people hold up at airports with names on them.
Wait a second.
She's got an air horn.
Why don't I come with you?
Here I go, Zeke alarm.
I love it so much.
No, it's okay. Zeke knows Morse code. I'll sound out a message that I'm here, and then Zeke is just like, it's a bunch of random noises. That must be Titania.
Speaking of Titania, future me, talk about her. Alright, here she is, it's Tatiana. So, ignoring all of the upgraded mages and shade, Tatiana is the Deliverance's second healer. Of course, the important part about the Cleric class line is its utility outside of just healing. Like, yeah, sure, sages can just throw in a heal if they want to, but Tatiana has a few tricks up her sleeve that do make her very valuable. Of course, if you're looking to just attack, Tatiana's not half bad. She's pretty strong and can aim pretty well, though that low luck does kind of hinder her early on. Her growth rate for luck isn't half bad. She has to play catch up, sure, but she's not completely dead in the water when it comes to luck. And Seraphim is a very strong spell, so combine good attack power with Seraphim just being strong, and Tatiana's pretty good against things, especially terrors. But you're probably more interested in what she can do outside of that. So, like Silk, she does get access to the Warp spell. Unfortunately, there's no rescue here. All you can do is send your units forward, not yo-yo them back. It would be kind of nice if Silk and Tatiana could work together like that, but it was not meant to be. Tatiana does get Invoke, but it's not as useful as it was in the start of the game, when we had much weaker units. Or, in Jenny's case, was in a party full of squishy characters. Here, yeah, you have a pretty strong team overall, so it's not like they can't tank hits, but also, it's not completely useless, cause if you don't have to tank, then that just frees up some HP for literally anything else. It's just not nearly as necessary. Where Tatiana really excels, however, is the fact that she is a long-ranged healer. So if you could not or did not acquire Shade for this route, you finally have someone with Physic, which is highly useful. I will not stop singing the praises of being able to heal from a distance, because that's just good. Not only that, however, she also gets the Fortify spell, which will heal all units within a certain range. Now, the actual range of Fortify is based on the unit's strength. So it's a good thing she has a good strength, because she is the only character in the game who can learn Fortify. Meaning, if she didn't have good strength, then boy would she be letting this spell down. But no, the max range of this is strength divided by 2. So baseline, you are healing all of your units within 7 spaces. Yeah, Tatiana is fantastic for action economy. We have 2 cleric lines on this route now, which means you have 2 healers at work, but Tatiana also frees up a lot of time for Silk to do other things too. Fortify might be pricey, but it is well worth it, especially considering you can just have Silk come in and heal her instead, cause again, Silk now has a lot of free time because everybody in at least 7 spaces, probably more, has been healed. I mean, granted, Tatiana does have to wait 3 levels to be able to do that, but that's not really that long of a wait, and also, chances are, she will have increased her attack by then. Meaning, guess what? You now have a better version of Fortify. Really, the only thing that Silk has that Tatiana doesn't have is the ability to just erase terrors in a certain range. Which is definitely useful, but also, Tatiana's probably slightly better close-up. Kind of. I mean, she's very strong, but also, she doesn't have a lot of HP to work with. Tatiana shouldn't really be in the fray, as evidenced by, you know, all of the ranged healing that she has. Alright, she's been talked about. Alright, so she does have physics, so if you didn't have shade, thumbs up. Gonna give her the mage ring for now, just because she had an empty slot, but I'm gonna have to do a whole lot of reslotting in a minute. It's not actually useful for her. Anyway, here's the jail cell I also want. It's got a whole lot of merchants, 3 of which are identical.
Nuibaba just said no economy!
Alright, so this is the merchant from the side quest we were doing earlier. We assumed him dead, but no, he survived. He was sent to Nuibaba's manor, but he's not a comely young lady, so he was not sacrificed to Medusa to keep Nuibaba young forever. Guess Nuibaba must have been doing a lot of sacrificing in Echoes, because, again, she looked like this in Gaiden. I'm just gonna keep bringing that up. Alright, so, Peddler, here we go. So, we need to send the Gossamer hair, and I believe that's the last thing that's really necessary for me to send over. And besides, we're probably not really going to be back this direction for a while anyway, so if we get anything ahead, then oh well. So we can give this away. Now, I am going to make a mistake here that I will just mention. I just finished this episode, reloaded my save from after the fight but before the mansion, and just redid this. But I am going to give this peddler what is supposed to be a steel lance. I'm going to accidentally give him an iron lance here, but I decided I actually have enough to be able to tackle that Alessio quest, so despite all odds, I'm actually going to do this. I don't really need these steel lances, so away they go. Celica already had one, she gave it away to Alessio already. She's going to get 2 more from Alms routes, and then she has ways of getting 2 more after that, even without the DLC. Although, one of them may have been from the DLC, I don't remember. You can make iron lances into steel lances, so there's your answer. Alright, well then, good thing we saved Titania from jail, cause, big Nuibaba's hell. If you bring your wife, she'll fuck her. That's right, they'll fuck her. So...
Bring your wife, we'll sacrifice her to Duma!
Not even Duma, just myself.
Oh, that's right.
I'd like to be hot now. Alright, well, collected that water and, ooh, blue cheese, but that's about it. So, we can leave Nuibaba's abode. The only mage here that tells you to fuck off. And, that's it. We survived this whole ordeal, nuts intact, so next time, Celica can actually give that hair to a fisherman. That's what all this was about.